it's important when we're looking at automation that we understand how QuickBooks thinks and behaves in relation to entries coming through the bank feed. So we're going to look at an example now of an entry through the bank feed, money received from a client, where it's matching to an actual payment that's in the account. So it's not matching to an invoice that we've raised, it's matching to a payment. What that actually means is that prior to this entry coming in, an invoice has been put into QuickBooks. Manually an entry has been put in to say that invoice has been paid, and QuickBooks will look, not only will it look for invoices to match to, but it will also look for receipt of payments to match to again. So if I look at the top entry here in my banking feed from banking, here I've got an entry that's come in, £2,000 has arrived on the 6th of June here, and QuickBooks has identified a payment on the same date, same amount, and it's suggesting that it's found one record that could be a match. Again, could be a match, we would have to check it out. We can't just click on match without looking into this and investigating it. So you click it perhaps on the description there, and it will tell you the description that came through the bank. So in this instance, the description is invoice 1011, and because it's linking to a payment, there's no reference for a payment there, and it may well be that I have to go to the payment, click on, just to check that 1011 makes sense. And you can see here my received payment, it's manually done, it's not come from the bank, there's no blue marker under the name Fred here. And here on the invoice, it is the right invoice number that I'm looking at. So that tells me that having looked at it, I'm happy that this payment does relate to the money coming in. So if I match to this payment, the difference between this and matching to an invoice is by matching to that payment, it's not actually creating a new entry. It's confirming the entry that's already in there. And that's the distinction between matching to invoices and matching to payments. So I'm going to click on match there, match to that particular transaction. It disappears from my screen for review. I'm now down to 18. I've actioned that particular transaction. It's gone off the list. But if I go to my little search button at the top here, click on the search, the most recent transactions in here will appear, and you can see there's no entry created for this £2,000. Yeah, it's not created an entry because all we're doing is matching to a payment. If we go down, and it just happens to be here a little bit lower down that we have actually got the payment that was entered, but that's just a little bit fortunate that it's one of the more recent transactions. But this is the invoice we looked at earlier, received payment we looked at earlier against this invoice 1011. And we can see here now it's got this little blue marker. It's got the online banking match showing, which means that we've now identified it and matched it in the bank feed. If I click on there, I can see same date, same amount, Fred 1011. It's all matching up beautifully because I matched to that particular transaction. So that's an example of matching to a received payment in QuickBooks. It doesn't create the entry, it just confirms the entry that you've already put in there if you match to a received payment in QuickBooks Online.